Hi, welcome back to PRIUS HOON. I'm your host, Old Bald Dude. In my last video, I talked about 5 things I hate about the Prius. Now I'm going to talk about 10 things I love about the Prius. I know it sounds crazy, 10 things to be loved about a Prius. Stay tuned and find out what. I would be absolutely lying to you if I didn't say my very first favorite thing about the Prius would be the gas mileage. This is the eyebrow here, and in the eyebrow you can see my average gas mileage, 47 miles per gallon, and I've been driving it kind of hard, at least as hard as you can drive a Prius, and I'm still getting 47, which is pretty good. So number one, my favorite thing, gas mileage. My second favorite thing about the Prius would be the stereo. Is it the best stereo in the world? No, it's not. It's JBL, so that's kind of cool. It actually sounds good. It has several speakers in the front. It's got a few speakers in the back. No mods, no bass unit, nothing like that. It still sounds pretty good. Number 3 is this bizarre little shifter. Reverse, neutral, drive, and then B for the backup camera. I don't have the backup camera option, but that would be nice to have. But look at this thing. It looks kind of like a driver in your golf bag. It's just weird. I don't know why I like it, but I do like it. With one exception, which I brought up in my last video. When you put it in reverse, you've got to hear all of that crap like you're driving a dump truck backwards or a garbage truck backwards. The fourth thing that I love about the Prius would be the headroom. There's plenty of it. I'm a slight little bit over 6 feet tall. I'm fine. I could drive this thing all day and have plenty of space. My son, who's almost 6'4", drives this car, rides shotgun in this car, sits in the back seat of this car sometimes. There's plenty of room in the back seat. That's good. The most important part of the headroom is, though, you can wear your cowboy hat while you drive your Prius. I'm sure that may have happened one time in Texas or somewhere. People pretty much don't wear cowboy hats in Georgia except for Valdosta and other areas that have a lot of cattle and horses and so forth. You can drive the Prius in your cowboy hat. How practical is that? My fifth favorite thing about the Prius would be the rear seat legroom. I have ridden in the back seat. As I mentioned earlier, I'm fairly tall. My son, who's almost 6'4", can sit in the back seat. Do we have to move the seats up a little bit to give him plenty of room for his knees? Yeah, we do, but we have to do that in my wife's Murano as well. So plenty of rear leg space in the back of a Prius. My sixth favorite thing about the Prius would be these buttons here for the different power modes. They're kind of comical, but at the same time I like them. EV mode for electric vehicle mode, which only lasts up to about 12 miles per hour. If you hammer it or anything else and exceed 12 miles an hour, or if you just start out a little too fast, it automatically goes out of EV mode and goes into eco mode. Eco mode is where you get the big gas mileage. The acceleration is pretty slow, which you've seen in previous videos. Even the air conditioner operates slightly slower than it does on the exciting power mode. Danger, danger. There's no mistaking why this is so close to this. Let everybody know you're a hazard when you're in power mode. you go from 134 horsepower to 600 horsepower when you push power mode. It's true. Try it.
The seventh thing I love about the Prius is the front seat comfort. The bolstering is not too much, but you don't need much because you're in a Prius. So you don't need lateral stability while you're driving around in the Prius. It would help with the body roll a little bit if you do try to drive spiritedly. Overall, though, the seats, they're kind of firm. Ergonomically, at least they fit my back pretty well. I've driven it a long, long way. I've driven it for many, many, many miles at a time. I don't get back problems with this car. And I'm 52 years old, for crying out loud. I should have back problems, not while driving the Prius.
The eighth thing that I love about the Prius would be the steering wheel. It's got a good grip. It's textured a little bit. It's got a pretty good horn. It's got a good setup. It's kind of weird looking, but it's got a good setup. You've got everything you need for your audio on this side. You've got everything you need for your climate control on this side. It's flat on the bottom. It's weird. It's kind of oval shaped, but it's comfortable to hold. It's comfortable to drive for a long time. It's also got everything you need for your headlights, for your blinkers, for your windshield wipers, for your cruise control. Everything's pretty much right here where you need it, and that makes it much, much easier to use than some cars. The ninth thing that I really love about the Prius are these brakes. Not very cool looking. Discs, not very cool looking. What is cool looking is when you look at your credit card account or your debit card account and you see that you haven't replaced the brakes in thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. They stop this car okay, and like I say, they pretty much don't wear down very fast at all because of the regenerative braking of the whole system that charges up the hybrid battery. The 10th thing I love about the Prius would be the storage space. There is storage space everywhere. You've got areas for drinks, you've got more areas for drinks, you've got more areas for drinks. You have two glove compartments, an upper and a lower. In the back cargo area, you can lift up the floor, more storage space there. You can lift up the little side compartments, little separate storage compartments there. There is so much storage space in this thing, not to mention when you fold the seats down, you can haul lawnmowers, I'm going to haul a wheelbarrow in a little while and post hole diggers for my sister. You can haul loads and loads and loads of things in the Prius.